the flag. It is in the air. We are underway tonight at Arizona Speedway. And it will be Kyle Salo holding the top spot off of turn number 2, where Michael Sabowski is a fan out down the back straightaway. Top 4 drivers going single file right now as one car trying to wedge his way in there. A little contact made with the 96 of Clay Erickson. Off of turn number 4. It will be Salo leading the first lap, followed by Michael Sabowski. Jonathan Jensen was the one who slammed the door. Now Jensen goes around. Might have got a little help from Clay Erickson right there in the 96E, who wasn't too happy with the door slam. He will be behind the 45 Lance Salo. So Kyle Salo will make his way off of turn number 2. Still your race there. Michael Sabowski still in that second spot there. Single file, but then you got a battle heating up now for a third. James Miley has the position as they come off of turn number 4. The 75 machine of Scott Francoeur. Francoeur right now running in fourth. Trying to take over that third spot from Miley. Miley didn't let it happen there as Kyle Salo does start to work away from the front nose of Michael Sabowski's 10X. Sabowski right now still in the main event as the top 2 drivers will transfer on here tonight. Races to the night's main. And Salo and Sabowski right now starting to pull away once again from the 34 James Miley. Scott Francoeur tries to get underneath him once again as the number 2 machine has some issues. Jalen McCune and the number 2 Jay. Salo and Sabowski are top 2. Sabowski did pitch that line out and reel him in just a little bit, but Salo drove away down the next turn off of turn number 2 as they come off of turn number 4 once again here in this 8-lap heat race, first of 5. It's going to be Salo and Sabowski, 18.561 and 621. Ran by Sabowski. Sabowski once again pulls right up to the backside of the number 6K off of turn number 2. Race time is about a half a car length advantage. Salo has over Sabowski. Off turn number 4 they come. Still going to be Salo and Sabowski. Front runners is Scott Francoeur. Another charge of James Miley on the 34. So Salo and Sabowski, your top 2. As the white flag comes out, they're trying to lock themselves in tonight's main event for the IMCA Northern Sport Mods. And Sabowski right now trying to work his way into the top spot off of turn number 2. Salo kind of slipped up the racetrack a bit there. Sabowski was able to drive up underneath him. Couldn't quite get it done. So Salo will lead the field off of turn number 4. Watch out for McCune. Got a little squirrely off of 4. Checker flag will fly. It'll be Salo and Sabowski lock themselves in. James Miley, Scott Francoeur just on the outside looking in. Lance Salo rounds out your top 5. All right, shaft issues for the 0. Green flag is out. We're underway. Second heat race is out, and Braden Johnson having issues right off the get-go. A lot of smoke pouring out of that car. He's about spun out off of turn number 2. Let's see if he will bring out the caution flag. Definitely going to bring his car off the racetrack, I would assume. Nobody's going to stay out there. So Braden Johnson got all sorts of squirrely there as it was. The 7 machine of Heat Dry leading lap number 1, followed by Joey Jock. Joey Jock now in that second spot. But again, the top 2 drivers are locked in as Braden Johnson will take his car off the racetrack. Did drop some fluid there on the track. I do see a little bit of a glow and a little bit of shine there on the front straightaway as Heat Dry will drive through that and try to dry it up just a bit. Play on words. Joey Jock still in that second spot. And then in third, it's the 56B of Cheyenne Bradley. Ty Wider, in the Z28 right now running in 4th. Michael Reitzman is 5th. As Michael Agrala not hitting on the transponder loop, just moved right ahead of Ty Wider. He's up to that 4th spot now, that 21 JR. Trying to reel in Cheyenne Bradley. There's top 2 drivers there pretty much. About 10 car lengths the advantage they have over 3rd place running Cheyenne Bradley. Heat Dry with a 5 car length advantage over Joey Jock. Just had a great run off of turn number 4. Joey Jock missed something right there. Cheyenne Bradley now starting to reel in that 79J. As the laps wind down halfway through this second 8-lap heat race of the night, Cheyenne Bradley trying to reel in Joey Jock. They're racing to the main event. They're still side by side behind Cheyenne for that 4th spot. Agarola just went to the outside of Ty Wider to take over that 4th position. Widener Egarola still battling out for that 4th position as he Dry still the man out front, followed by Joey Jock. Dry that last time off of turn number 4 had a little bit of slip on the race car, still maintaining the top spot, but he's just going to put 4 in the fluff, climb all the way up the racetrack. Here comes Joey Jock for the race lead. They're side by side off of 2. Going to be a drag race down the back straightaway. Dry up top, Joey Jock down low. Cheyenne Bradley right there as well. Could be a 3-car battle here for 2 spots as the white flag flies for the 2nd heat race of the night for the Sport Mods. Top 3 drivers, they've broken away from Egarola. It's Dry, Jock, and Bradley. As now Dry starting to drive away from Joey Jock. Cheyenne Bradley now reels in the 79J, trying to move into the 2nd spot and get locked into the main event. One final top of turn number 4 will be heat Dry, but the battle's going to be side by side for 2nd. Give it to Joey Jock at the line to lock into the main event. Man, hats off though. Cheyenne Bradley gave him all he could handle though. And the green flag's in the air. We're underway. Andy Clower will take the top spot down the back straightaway. He'll lead him into turn number 3. Following him is going to be the 14E of Justin Erickson. New looking car for the 14E of Justin Erickson. All white. I believe he's transitioning here, trying to get a little paint job on his hot rod as one car has spun around on the back straightaway. That is the 9BH of Jordan Huseman, as Field will go to the bottom side of the racetrack and drive away from him. Or Robert Holmes, your top 4. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. And Andy Clower will lead the field off at turn number 2, followed by Justin Erickson, Adam Ector in that 3rd spot. Then a little bit of a gaggle right there, 4th on back, starting with the 51 of David Farley. Trying to hold off that 3-wide battle now between Robert Holmes and the 17 of Chris Frisbee. And the number 7 machine of Jesse Johnson. They're still duking out for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Out front, no change. It's still Clower showing way to do see a little bit of smoke now coming for Andy Clower's car. He's going to take off the racetrack. He is done. So from the penthouse to the outhouse, Andy Clower having issues. Looks like Justin Erickson and Adam Ector both going to get by him. Andy Clower going to take his car off the racetrack, who was your race leader this last time off at turn number 4. Now coming down the back straightaway, we'll pull it into the pits as Justin Erickson is now the top man, and Adam Ector right now running 2nd, trying to lock himself into tonight's main event. That's David Farley in that 3rd spot. Holmes is 4th. Chris Frisbee rounding out your top 5. Top 2 drivers, they have broken away big time from David Farley. Adam Ector about lost it there off of turn number 4. Almost made contact with the wall. Right now, still a pretty sizable advantage he has over 3rd place running David Farley right now to lock himself into tonight's main event. About a 15-car length advantage he has, also chasing 15 and the 14E of Justin Erickson. As Erickson leads the field off of turn number 2. That last time by an 18.011 for Erickson. Adam Ector, transponder not hitting. As the white flag will fly for Erickson. He'll lead him into turn number 1 once more. Final time down the back straightaway, kind of working the cushion there as the track's starting to widen out just a bit here in early heat race action for the IMCA Northern Sport Mods. One final top of turn number 4. Checker flag will wave. Justin Erickson, hand out the window, saluting the fans. He will win heat race number 3 over the 99 of Adam Ector. He will get locked into the big dance later on tonight as well. All right, field is set. 4th of 5 heat races. Taking the green flag, and we are underway. Tyler Meckel actually starts this one out on the pole as John Morris did not make the call on that 71AZ, or in that 11FC. It's the 71AZ of Meckel. He'll lead the field off of turn number 2. He has Brian Bullis now in 2nd, Rex Hazley in the 3rd spot, with Taylor Cool in the 2K right now in 4th. As Taylor Cool starts to look around the outside of Rex Hazley. Hazley kind of washed up the racetrack. Taylor Cool again on the binders there to avoid making contact with the 06, as it's going to be Meckel and Bullish, your top 2. And Taylor Cool, once again, looks around the outside of Hazley. Car just put a little too tight right there in the 2K of Cool. Now she tries to drive to the inside of Hazley. Goes side by side into turn number 3. For that 3rd spot, it's Cool and Hazley. Still side by side with Hazley up top. Here comes Bo Partain. Made a 3-wide battle. Partain, he'll climb the ladder all the way up to the boards, and he'll go by Hazley in the 06 and the number 2K of Taylor Cool, who's still side by side, now this time battling for 4th. That's Beau Partain. I told you he'd be a man on a mission here tonight. Started this race back in the 9th spot. He has moved up to 3rd, trying to get to that 2nd spot and lock himself in to tonight's main event, as Taylor Cool did finally clear the 06 of Rex Hazley. Hazley though going to try to take back that position. Looking at the bottom side of the racetrack, couldn't quite do anything with Cool though. Cool drives away, trying to reel in the 75C now, Beau Partain, who is all over the back bumper of the 85 of Brian Bullis. It's Meckel, Bullis, and Partain. That last time, 18.488 for Brian Bullis, as Beau Partain is right there, ready to pounce on the 75C. Rex Hazley has a little issue off of turn number 2 in the 06. He does get back under power as Partain moves into 2nd over Bullis. So Beau Partain from 9th to 2nd. He has locked himself into the main event, but he is trying to win the heat race now as we drive off of turn number 2. It's still Meckel out front, the 71 AZ showing the way. Tyler Meckel, former modified champion out here at Arizona Speedway. Your race leader right now, the 71 AZ, has the Arizona Speedway colors on him. And Beau Partain, right now just 1 car length behind him. I say race off of 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 they go. It's still Meckel with a slight advantage as Partain tries to use a little of a middle groove as the white flag will fly. It's now down to half a car length the advantage, and Partain, since he's the door open, he's going to try to drive to the inside of Meckel. Down to the inside of Meckel, they go side by side. Meckel fighting back up top. It's a drag race down the back straightaway here in this final lap for the race win here in heat race number 4. Partain gets by. Meckel tries to fight back down low, but it will be Beau Partain from last to 1st here in heat race number 4 for your IMCA Northern Sport Mods. So getting ready for the 5th and final heat race for the Sport Mods. Green flag is in the air. We are underway. A little bit of a crazy start right there. Luke Silver, Chase Alves make contact. They're behind, about middle of the rows there, as David Harrington, who started on the pole, now going to fall back to that 3rd spot. They're just all beating and banging, kind of gaggling around, all out pandemonium here in lap number 1. But coming off of turn number 4 is the 316 of Tate Johnson, leading lap number 1. That's 1 car in the wall off of turn number 4. That is your pole sitter, the 51 of Hollywood, David Harrington. He puts her in the fence, and we will have a beer stripes yellow flag leading the way. So it's Johnson and Speedy Madrid right now, your first 2 drivers right now trying to lock themselves into the main event here tonight for these IMCA Northern Sport Mods. They drive away from Chase Alves, who actually loses another spot there to 69X and Marcos Borquez. Alves now trying to let her eat around the bottom side of the racetrack. I want to welcome all your race fans at home watching on Facebook as we have a pass for the race lead now. Madrid down the inside of Tate Johnson. They make a little contact going into turn number 1. Still making contact with each other, Madrid and Johnson. Johnson goes way high. Here comes Borquez into the 2nd spot. And now Chase Alves side by side with Johnson. Alves going to sneak past Johnson as Borquez looked to the inside of Speedy Madrid. Couldn't quite do anything with him. Now Chase Alves goes side by side for that 2nd spot. Cole Carver about smacked the wall in the 21 behind them. It's Speedy Madrid out front off of turn number 2. Then they go 3 wide for a brief moment. Johnson, Alves, and Borquez bottom to top, as Alves now will try to reel in that 69X of Borquez. That's about a 4th second. Again, top 2 drivers getting locked into tonight's main event, as we did have 195 total cars check in through the back, or 197 total cars check in through the back gate here tonight. And these Sport Mod drivers, they are out in full force here this evening. And right now it's Madrid out front showing the way. He's driven away from Marcos Borquez, who still has his hands full with Chase Alves. Alves in the 1S trying to look to the inside of the 69X of Borquez. Borquez, though, right now able to hold him off as they race off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3. Borquez and Alves using that middle groove around Arizona Speedway, as Speedy Madrid was coming up on a slower car, just took it off the racetrack almost at full speed there off of turn number 1. So it's Madrid out front by about 15 car lengths. Borquez, he's in 2nd. That's 18.557 for Madrid that last lap to an 18.525 for Marcos Borquez, who looking pretty racy here tonight, as we are half a lap away from putting a bow on the heat race action here tonight at Arizona Speedway. And Speedy Madrid will come across the line. He'll win heat race number 5. Marcos Borquez getting locked in as well. And Chase Alves, we'll kind of see why he was stuck in 3rd as the hood piece there flapped up on his car. A little trouble seeing out the windshield.